Hey there, everyone. Welcome to episode 911 of the Mike from Maine show, the place where we do daily interviews with successful online entrepreneurs. This is your host, Mike Thomas, and today on the show, we have Peter Beattie on, and we're going to be talking about his step-by-step system that he's used to generate over $1.2 million in sales over the last year, also making $145,000 in affiliate commissions, and how you can use this exact formula to create your own sales videos, whether it's for your own products, to JV partner with other people, or to sell them on websites like Upwork or Fiverr. Let's get into it. Here's Peter.
We are here today with Peter Beattie. Peter, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Peter's one of these guys that ever since I got started with this whole Mike from Maine show thing, I've known him for quite a while now. And always, you've been doing video marketing. I know that you got started in the video marketing niche. You're going to tell us a little bit about that today. But I just wanted to preface this by saying that whenever I have suggested a product of yours to my audience, I always know without a doubt that the sales video is going to be perfect. It's going to be like really well done. It's not going to be one of these crappy thrown together things that you have like people watching and they have no idea what they're going to be buying when they go there. Like, you are really good at these sales videos. So yeah, you're very welcome. So I'm interested personally in learning from you today. I know that you're going to share a lot of tips and tricks with us. So bring us into this. I'm going to read off the headline here. It says here on the sales page: tired of wasting your hard-earned money and precious time on outdated tactics that stopped working in 2013, the epic pitch video weapon churns out attention-grabbing, profit-pulling videos in any niche in 16 minutes flat, and how you can ethically rip it off to blow up your next promotion and get paid top dollar making simple videos for other businesses. That's a little bit of a mouthful there. Everyone watching this on Mike from Maine, you can actually scroll down and you'll keep the video up there, and you can actually look at the sales page here and look at that headline. But Peter, bring us into this. What's this all about? Bring us in.
Yeah, so I don't know how far I should go back, but when I first got started in this business, I was working a day job that I wanted to get out of, and I basically was forced to quit that job because they were laying people off. And I started utilizing some of the skills I had, like building WordPress sites for local clients. That's how I got started. And eventually I got into making videos for them, and eventually that led to making info products and software, teaching others how I did that, and that slowly grew over the years. I launched a couple different websites and brands like Primo Press WordPress themes. That we released like a half a dozen themes or so, sold that website, did a bunch of info products, and basically people were always asking me how I was doing these sales videos. And I taught some of it a few years back, and then I kind of went back into the software stuff for a few years and stopped teaching it again. But I'm still getting asked about it, so I decided to do a new product about it. There's been a long time since the last one, and I've learned a lot of new stuff since then. So basically, this is exactly how I make those sales videos for, whether it be a new product launch. I'm doing it with Facebook video ads now. I use it in affiliate marketing quite a bit, and I've also do it for clients on the side, not a full-time thing, but, clients who've seen my work end up asking me, hey, can you help me with my product? Can you make me a sales video? So that's kind of worked into a little side gig. So that's basically the short story about the product.
And just so you all know, Peter isn't some guy, if you're not familiar with him, I'm assuming many of you are familiar with him already, but if you're not, I know that you've done some pretty big numbers using the power of video. If you want to share some of that with us as well.
Yeah, the launches are easy to talk about because you have those big sexy numbers that people like to hear. I've had some pretty good launches. The biggest one I've been involved in was the VU Player one, and that was actually one of the ones where it wasn't my product at all. I was actually not involved in the creation of the product, basically I was just asked to come on and, help out with the sales videos and be in the sales videos and also help with JV stuff. And that was a $500,000 launch, so I got a pretty good payday for just showing up, being on video, helping out with the sales script, and doing a little bit of affiliate management. So that's one case where I probably didn't work that much at all, and I made a pretty good deal.
We won't tell them that.
What's that?
We won't tell them that you didn't work much at all.
Oh, well, I did. I pulled my weight, but in the grand scheme of things, I wasn't involved in product development. Those guys have been building that product for years. I didn't have to do anything. Can I
interject really quick though? Sorry to interrupt you. I just want to interject there and just say that, like, we joke about maybe you not having to work a lot there, but like, you took your skills that you had for that launch. You took your skills as a video sales video creator and a marketer there, and you brought something to the table that for them as product creators, like maybe people watching right now, they're not product creators, they have no interest in creating a product, but they like creating videos, and for them it would be much more I don't know, like for them easier, as it was easier for you to go out there and to create a video, whether your face is on it or not. I know that's optional, and being able to put that marketing together, because let's face it, if the product can be the best product in the world, but if the sales video and the sales material sucks, then it's not going to sell. Like, I think you brought something really valuable to the table.
Yeah, and I wasn't trying to be like, oh, I didn't have to do anything. I just clicked a few buttons, but yeah, basically the point I was trying to make is what you were saying is, I basically brought those skills to the table, and I was able to leverage those skills that, I spent hundreds, maybe thousands of hours crafting over the years, I guess you could say. So I guess the work was put in there, but people listening, like you said, if they don't want to do their own product, there's an opportunity to help other businesses by taking those skills and be like, well, I can take these skills and help you sell your product or your service, whether that's online or offline. Like, that's basically what I did there. And then I have, I've been launching digital products since 2010, and in the early days, I really didn't do too much with video. To be completely honest, I was really nervous to do video when I first started, and video was still kind of in its infancy when I started anyways. But once like 2011, 2012 rolled around, everyone started to jump on. It was kind of like when Facebook ads started getting hot. Everyone started jumping on and using video, and I was like, all right, I got to start getting into this. And after being embarrassed a few times, meeting with local clients, trying to sell them videos, and them seeing how shaky camera footage and telling me to get out of their office, I decided to take video seriously, and I just kind of went out on a search for, what is that formula, I guess you could say, where I could just sit down, crank out a video script, speak to my target audience, grab their attention, pull them in, and basically turn them into a buyer when they're done watching the video. And I think I've kind of come up with a formula for that, and we've used it on several launches now, affiliate promotions, and for clients.
I think it's funny, or maybe funny is the wrong word, maybe a bit sad, how many video softwares have come out, and there's excellent softwares out there that people can go in and use to create these little doodle videos, or they can create some there was an Easy VSL that came out recently that would create a sales video for you. But the problem is that people, they get these softwares and they sit down at their computer and they're just like, okay, how am I going to sell this? These softwares don't sell for you. They give you tools to be able to perhaps better portray your message, but they don't give you the knowledge that you need to be able to sell. So I was hoping that perhaps you could talk a little bit about what you do that makes you so successful. You've gone from sucking to being an expert now. What are you doing in your videos? What are some tips and tricks that even if people don't end up purchasing your product today, that they can go away having learned something from you? Give us some tidbits here. Yeah,
and the bit about the software, like you said real quick, that's a lot of people like they buy the software tools, which is good. But they take the software tool and they like make a video with like 5 slides with like an animated character and be like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
And they expect to make a bunch of sales from that. And that's not going to happen. It's all down to the message. I mean, you can have the ugliest video in the world, but as long as your messaging, speaks directly to the person you're talking to, you're going to do better. It doesn't matter if you got the animations or not. So basically, that's what it all comes down to, is realizing that it's down to your script and your messaging, and you really need to know who you're talking to. There really needs to be some thinking put into your video before you even sit down and write the script. You need to think about, well, who exactly am I talking to here? What I like to do is I actually like to come up with a customer avatar. I even give the person a name. I'll be like, oh, his name is I don't know, Jimmy Web Designer, and he works with local clients, but he's tired of working with local clients. He wants to break away from that one-on-one service-based business, and maybe he wants to create his own digital products. So I come up with like this little avatar outline, and once I do that, that does like 90% of the hard work, because I know exactly who I'm talking to. I know their struggles. I know the things that are on their mind when they wake up in the morning, when they go to bed at night. And you just kind of have to think about that first. And once that's out of the way, then you can start crafting the script for your video. Now, all my videos basically follow a 4-part framework, and that's what this product is all about. Basically walks you through every part of the framework. And the biggest, most important part of every video I do is really the first 10 seconds. Because, as you know, marketing and selling are two different things. Marketing, you really just have to grab someone's attention. Like basically that's what we're doing every day, is we're fighting for people's attention. And if you can get someone's attention and pull them in and build a connection with them, selling is basically going to be effortless, after that. So all my videos start out with what I call it the rubberneck effect. But basically what it is you need to come up with a way to break give them a pattern interrupt, grab their attention, whether that be they're scrolling through their Facebook news feed and they see the autoplay video and you've got something there that's going to grab their eye and make them stop and watch your video, or they've landed on your sales page and they're expecting a typical sales video or a typical sales pitch, and all of a sudden, like in my sales video, I'm talking with my cat in my kitchen. No one does that. So little things like that.
That's true, Peter. I don't think I've ever seen a sales video with someone talking to their cat.
Yeah, and it may seem silly, but people like to be entertained. They like to, if you can show them something different, they're gonna be like, wait, wait a minute, is he really, petting his cat while he's trying to talk to me about this product? That's gonna grab their attention. All right, it doesn't have to be like the best sales pitch or anything. So step one is grab their attention, whether that be to open up the video with a bunch of awesome video testimonials that you have. Maybe you're doing something with your hands, something to grab their attention. I usually like to open up with video testimonials from customers, like the best one-liners, and then that transitions into the sales pitch. So step two, once you grab their attention, step two would be to create interest in the product. I'm actually going to pull up my list so I don't go off track here.
And you probably use your list yourself when you're creating these videos. You have like a set template that you go through.
Yeah, I have like a little mind map framework that I basically have on my one monitor while I'm writing the script. But yeah, so after you come up with that pattern interrupt, then it's time to create interest in the product, or interest in the topic or the problem that they have. This is where you can start to talk about the problem that they have. What if they want to lose weight or gain muscle? You can start talking about maybe your struggles with that particular problem, and and then start to transition into how you actually figured out a solution for it. Whether that be you got lucky and maybe you learned some secrets from someone else, or you got there by hard work, whatever. You need to explain that, and you need to explain it in a way that the listener it can say to themselves, yeah, that sounds like me, or yeah, I can relate to that.
It's kind of like what we do a lot of times in these interviews, and
Mhm.
like when you were talking earlier about the fact that you weren't always good at videos, and
Mhm.
one of the reasons why we talk about that kind of stuff is because it shows that you weren't born an expert when it comes to this. You had to actually learn and struggle and go through that journey of being like, okay, you've gone through that kind of hero's journey, and I'm 100% sure you're familiar with that, where
Yeah.
where you go through and you learn something, and you go through a struggle, and you come out at the end, and you then bring back that knowledge, and you share it with people. So that's kind of like what we do here and what you do in your videos.
Yeah, that's a really powerful thing to bring up too. And the reason like it's so powerful is because people can instantly connect with the stories. Like people, there's a reason why people love TV shows, and some TV shows are so popular, and people just sit down and just binge watch them sometimes, or can't wait for the next episode. We as humans are, that's how we basically understand ourselves and history and how the world works, is by telling stories. So, when you can sit down and you can explain your struggles, explain the things that you went through, you're not only getting the viewer to understand you, but they're basically seeing it from they're seeing themselves in you, kind of. You're kind of like creating a mirror. And when you do that, when you talk about the struggles that you had, the mistakes that you made, you're basically allowing them to admit to themselves subconsciously that they also have those struggles. But you're not actually calling them out. You're not actually saying, hey, you're overweight because you're eating like 5,000 calories a day, or you're not working out, or you're not making money because you're lazy and you're not working. If you said those things in your sales video, people are going to be like, well, who the heck is this guy? Like, screw him. I'm getting out of here. This is not me. No one's going to admit to that. So if you can sit there and say, well, I was making no money. I was broke. I had these struggles. Then they could be like, oh, this person knows what I'm going through, and when they listen to that, they can be like, oh, I have those problems too, or they know they do just by listening to you. I hope that makes sense.
It
But
does. I mean, it makes 100%
okay,
sense. I mean, that's one of the core ways of selling, is to empathize with
yeah,
people and to say, I've been there, I know what you've gone through. I feel your pain. Is pretty much
yeah,
what you're saying there, and people are gonna then they're gonna go, okay, this guy knows what I'm going through, and he's fixed it, and he's figured it out. I need to listen to this person. It's why when you have someone that's like, if one use the whole weight loss thing, when you have someone that's talking to you and they're skinny and they show you this picture about how fat they were before, and then they
yeah.
talk about how they were having struggles, and now they're back and they're skinny and they're doing great. You want to listen to that person because they've been where you are, and they've now arrived to where you want to be. So
Exactly.
yeah, this all makes perfect sense.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure I wasn't like rambling too much there, because I tend to do that.
No, no, I love this topic. I'm sure a lot of our
Okay.
audience loves it too.
Cool. All right. So, once you create that interest, you tell that story. You really get, you build that empathy. You get them seeing that, hey, I've got this problem. I need to solve it. This person is the one who can help me. Then you kind of get into what I call the seduction stage, and this is where you basically pivot to your product. So you build up to a solution. You're like, you can say things like, all right, well, what if there was an easier way? What if there was a way for you to steal my secrets, or what if there was a way for you to get the same, I don't know, get the same formula that I use to make this transformation, whatever. What if there was a done for you way, whatever. Then you can say, then it's so easy for you to transition into your product. Then you can say something like, well, that's why I created this product. And then this product is a step-by-step system that takes you from point A to point B, gets you to the end result that you want. And then you can start getting into the product and talking about all the benefits, all the results that they're going to have, and how the product's going to help them go from point A to point B. So really, when you get up to this point, so many people are like, they don't actually know how to to ask for the sale and to explain how good their product actually is. But if you do those first two things, break their pattern, give them a pattern interrupt, break their attention, and start telling your story, bring them in, then this part is going to be so easy. All you have to do is be like, well, here's your solution. Here's what I have, and here's how to get it.
They want this. Like by that point, they're wanting this. They're saying, okay, like how you've done all this, like I want to figure out how to do this. And if you skip that first part, and you just go into the ask immediately, then it's like, why am I going to listen to you? Who is this person? They don't understand me. But you're leading up to it, and you've kind of gotten permission by that point. If you do it right.
Exactly, yeah. And like you said, by that point, they're like, yeah, what is this solution? Give it to me. Of course I want this solution. What are you, crazy? Why wouldn't I? And so that's what you want them thinking. And then the final stage is just to ask for the sale, and I call this the ask stage. And this is where I basically, reveal the price and, justify the price, whether that be to compare it to, a retail price, or in some cases, it would cost you this much to hire me one-on-one to do this, or it would cost you this to do this, but today you can get it for this price here. Then you go through the guarantee and all that stuff and the scarcity, but that's the easy stuff, really. I mean, the hard part is everything in the beginning of the video, because if someone's this far into the video, I mean, they're going to convert. I mean, a good number of them are going to convert. I mean, if they haven't already left, they've gone through your story, and by the time you ask for the sale, that's where the bulk of your buyers are going to be. And that's really the 4-part framework. I mean, there's little tweaks that you can inject, like social proof here and there. But the most important thing is that first part where you want to grab their attention, pull them in, do something out of the ordinary that no one else does, and start telling your story. It may sound simple, but it's the simple stuff that really you need to master if you want to get those results.
How important is it? I know in your videos are slick, and you've got really nice presentation. I mean, but now that I think about it, I say that, but I also watch your videos where you're just like, sometimes it looks like you're either on using a phone, or you just got a regular camera. You're not like in a studio with some crazy like backlit thing going on there. You're just you. You're not wearing like a suit and tie or anything. Mm-hmm. You're just you there. So I guess I want to backtrack a little bit on that and say you are kind of normal on there. I think that can also at the same time, just being normal in these videos and being yourself it's better than getting up there in a suit and tie and being like a used car salesman. Like the production value doesn't have to be amazing.
Yeah, and you touched on a very important thing right there. That being yourself is probably, everything we've talked about here is important, but being yourself, that's basically a core thing that you need to get down first. Like, don't try to be someone you're not. Like when I get on camera, I don't, obviously I make sure that I'm I don't look like I'm homeless or something, or I'm not dressed, but I don't try to be someone I'm not. I'm not the type of person to wear a suit every single day, so I'm not going to. I'm obsessed with cars, and I'm not afraid to use those in my marketing. It's not a way for me to be like, oh, look at this Lambo over here that I live this flashy lifestyle. That's not the point behind why I use my cars in my videos. I use my cars in my videos because it's something I'm legitimately interested in. It's the lifestyle that I like to live. It's part of another business. So I try to use that in my branding. I try to be myself, and I know that may turn some people off, but that's okay. So I would tell people watching this, don't be afraid to be yourself, whether you think you're, that no one's going to be interested in you or not. That's not true. You're always going to attract people who are, a little bit like you, and you're going to repel some people, but that's okay. So with the camera thing too, I just use my iPhone. I just got a new one the other day. My other one was broken for 6 months, so the video was wavy a little bit, but who cares? I mean, the video was good enough, and you don't have to use a DSLR or have some fancy studio or hire a film crew. You can just use your smartphone, and as long as you have some decent lighting, then you'll be fine.
What about fancy software? Do you use anything special that you recommend? Are there any tools that you think people should have when making these videos?
Yeah. So, I mean, I was part of a release of that Tune Video software earlier or last year, the 3D animation software. So, I would love to say oh, you need that. You need that to make your videos, but you obviously don't. I mean, you could make these videos with PowerPoint. That's how we still make most of our videos. We use the fancy softwares for some parts, but for the most part, for the slides and stuff, we still use PowerPoint. The sales video on this page, we use PowerPoint. So as long as you have a slideshow software like PowerPoint or Keynote, you can make slides that are good enough. Like, you don't need top of the line animations, right? That's not what's going to get the sale. Yes, those things are great to experiment with, but you don't need them. So as long as you have a slideshow software, a basic video editor, I would say that's the bare minimum. And then once you get going, you can use these other tools, like Tune Video or Explaindio, Video Maker Effects, and Doodly, all these other ones that have come out. I mean, there's been so many. They all can work, and you don't need them, but they're good to have. I think that's how I would sum that up. They're basically add-ons that can only enhance what you do. Once you figure out your messaging and how to write your script, then these are basically tools that you can use to amplify that.
One thing that caught my attention when I was checking out this course was that you actually are going to include a case study inside of here. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I wanted to the course itself shows it's a walkthrough of an actual sales video for one of my recent product launches. So I take them through the sales video. We watch it on a little split screen, and I walk them through the framework and say, okay, I watch the video, and I'll pause it, and I'll be like, all right, here's what I just did there, in the framework, and here's how you would say this in your video for your product. So that's what the 96 I think it was $96,000 case study is it's a sales video that's generated $96,000 in about a week or 10 days, and we walk them through that video step by step and compare it to the framework so they can see, all right, this is an actual video. This is not just theory, right? This guy didn't just make this up out of thin air. This is actual, I can see an actual example of this framework being used in the real world. And I think that's powerful for a few reasons. The first one is they are getting, legit info that actually is being practiced, so it's going to work. But number two, the person who's going through this course is going to, once they see proof of this working, that's instantly going to change their mindset on this, and it's going to make them think differently about applying this. Because some products, people may not always be able to see it being used in the real world, so there's always going to be that doubt about whether it really works, and they may not fully commit to it. Whereas this, I wanted to use the real example so people would see that, hey, this really does work. So I should take this, implement it into my next video 100%, and run with it, not just dabble in it a little bit. So that's what that 96K case study was all about.
Now, I can see this being really valuable if you are, it's obvious if you've got your own products and you want to create sales videos for those. This is going to be valuable if you're an affiliate marketer and you're creating videos. We talked about today how the structure of even my interviews is essentially it's a sales video, in the fact that we talk about the story. It's like a longer form sales video for that. However, if people want to go out there and take their knowledge here, like we talked also about going out there and doing maybe JV partnerships with people and learning how to do this and approaching people and saying, give me a percentage of this launch and I'll handle your sales video, or just like you can get an email list by doing that. There's so many ways of really building your business. But what I specifically want to talk about now is going out there, and if someone wants to sell videos, let's say on places like Upwork, or they want to go on even Fiverr. I mean, people look at Fiverr and they think it's only $5, but Fiverr's a lot more than $5 nowadays.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about how you would do that personally. Do you have any tips or tricks? Because I know that you've been in that before. You've made money selling videos for hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been selling, services to other businesses. That's basically how I got my start. So it always kind of is something that I can instantly like kind of, come up with something, if there, you have to think that video is, I mean, recently in the past 3 years, video has become like mainstream. It's gone from something where, like when you and I first met, it was like people were saying like, oh, you need to be using video, but what didn't matter if you didn't quite yet, but now it's at a point like if you're not, well, you're gonna fall behind. You're gonna basically be drowned out by everyone else who is using video, so like right now it's a requirement, and other businesses, even businesses that aren't marketing savvy, they know that. They go in their Facebook news feed and they're seeing video ads. They're watching YouTube videos and seeing commercials of their competitors and ads of their competitors. So businesses know how important it is. So that makes things so much easier for you if you want to offer video as a service. I think it's easier nowadays to be a service provider of a service like video marketing than it was, 3 years ago, because it's so mainstream. People know they need to be doing it, but they don't have the skills. They're not marketers. So that right there makes things easy. And what I would recommend, if you are watching this and you're like, all right, I don't have a product. I don't have any interest in doing a product launch. I may not even be interested in doing affiliate marketing. I would like to take these skills and get paid to make videos for other businesses. Here's what I would personally recommend. I would personally start with your existing network. You may not think that your existing network is that big, but if you sit down and think, all right, how many contacts do I have in my phone? How many contacts do I have in my email, my Gmail account? How many Facebook friends do I have? And this is what I did when I started my business. I basically messaged everyone. I was like, hey guys, just wanted to let you know I started a web design business. If you know any local business owners who need help with their website, please send them my way. I think I even offered like a $100 commission or something like that for someone who sent me a client. So I would recommend starting with what you have. Like so many people, when they start out, they try to like overcomplicate things, and they're like, oh, I need to develop this huge marketing plan and I need to spend all this money. But start with the easy money first, and that's using your existing network. And use this framework to develop maybe a demo or a mock sales video, and use that as an example to show them, hey, this is what I can help you with. Go to a friend who's a local business owner and be like, hey, how about we do a trial run with Facebook video ads? I make a kick-ass video ad for your business. We run it, and once you start seeing the results from it, then we can talk about you paying me, or then we can talk about doing this as an ongoing project or taking a percentage of profits. And that's why I would recommend starting, honestly. But there's also other ways you can do it. I mean, you can do what I do. You could go to in the internet marketing space, you can go to these marketers who are doing launches. There's launches every single day. Well, they need to get sales videos created, and it's expensive. And you can pay anywhere from like $100 to $250 a minute to a video editor to get these done, and they are. And you can go to these people and say, hey, how about I make you a sales video? I won't even charge you anything up front. Just give me a percentage of your sales. And what if that's 5%? What if it's even smaller? Who cares? At least you're getting your name out there and you're making some money. So that's another thing that you
look at Todd Gross. I mean, Todd Gross started off by doing videos for people, and look where I'm sure 99% of the people on this call know who Todd Gross is.
Yeah, and Todd Gross does exactly that with his voiceovers, and I'm pretty sure that's what he does. Doesn't he like take a percentage of sales or something like that?
Usually.
Yeah. So if that's something that you can see yourself doing, if you're not the one who likes to be in the spotlight, you don't have the product, you just want to make videos and get paid, those are a couple different options that you have. And depending on what area you want to start in, either of them will work. I mean, just have to take action.
And just to quickly touch on that again, I mean, just think about, these are things that they need done and they don't want to do themselves, whether it's a local business or a marketer. These are things that they're going to be happy to pay someone else to do for them. And if you can do a good job at it and you know how to do it, you're going to be a valuable commodity for them. Now, I think probably the first time you do it, it's not going to be great. So go out there but it's going to be better if you follow a structure here and you follow if you follow a proven system, then it's going to be much better if you try to go out there and just do that on your own. Okay, so Peter, we kind of touched on in different places what exactly is included in this. If you can just kind of list out again what they're going to get if they purchase this, and then we can go over the OTOs.
Yeah, so this is a training course. That's the core part of it. It's a training course. And the training itself has the $96,000 case study built into it. So you're basically seeing me walk you through an actual sales video I did that generated 6 figures. It's over 6 figures now. But I basically walk you through this sales video and I walk you through the framework at the same time, step by step. Here's what you need to do to create a video script that will speak directly to your target audience, pull them in, grab their attention, and everything we just talked about, step by step, telling you exactly what to say in your video along the way. Like, for example, here's what to say at this point. Okay, now that you said that, here's what to say at this point. So that's going to help you where when you sit down to write your script, you're not staring at a blank white screen wondering what to say. So that's the first part of the product, is the training. And that's about, I think it's around 11 or 12 videos. And along with that, I give you some swipe files. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I think it's around 5 or 6 of my launches, my 5 or 6 of my biggest launches, I took those video scripts from those sales videos and I just gave them to everyone in the members area. So you can download those and obviously not rip them off word for word, but you can use them and read through them, see how they're structured, see the similarities, see the framework in action. And you can even take those scripts and just plug in your own business info. So you could take a script that I've created and just swap in your info. So the training, the swipe files, there's also a template. So this is a mind map template that they can download, and it basically has the entire framework, broken all out into all its glory, I guess you could say. And they can print that out, have them with them whenever they're making a video. So when they sit down to write that script, they can say, all right, step 1, I need to write this. Step 2, I need to write this. And there's a few other bonuses in there. Let's see, I think I threw in,
okay, about sales page creation here, rapid blockbuster sales page creation. You've got a private community in here, a live online workshop here.
Yeah. So the workshop is something that I'm going to be taking feedback on, because I'm not I want to make sure I'm doing that I'm covering exactly what people want to cover. But one of the bonuses is I'm going to be holding a bonus webinar later where I show them how to take the videos and create products with them. And not everyone's going to be interested in that, but that is a possibility that a lot of people would be interested in. But another one of the bonuses is what we call the Vidifire Gangsters private community. And that's basically built into the membership site. So if they're going through the course, they have one of the templates, and they don't understand something, then there's a comment box below each video, and they can speak to me directly, and they can get help from me directly. So I'm going to be checking that members area every day during the week of the launch, and whenever I get a notification, I'll go in there and reply to it. So I really wanted to give people that opportunity. That's one of the things I really missed about being able to do with my products is, I like creating these courses and helping people with, giving them the option to ask me for feedback. So that's one of the big bonuses is I'm not going to just send you to a support desk if you have a question. I'm going to be in there answering your questions. If you have a question about a part of the framework, or you want me to check out one of your videos, I'd be more than happy to do that. Now, obviously, that's not coaching, but I'll be in there to support you with the course. Another one of the bonuses is the rapid blockbuster sales page creation. So a lot of people struggle with writing copy, and it's really expensive to outsource, as I'm sure you probably know. It's one of the most expensive things in doing a product launch or starting a site, I think. And a lot of people hate doing it. Well, the good thing is if you use this system, the Vidifire framework, to create your video script, well, you basically have created the foundation of a sales letter already. So that's what I do. I actually write the sales video script first, and then I'll just
exact thing.
Oh, you do? And I've always liked you and Brett's sales pages too. Like they're always so, like, they do exactly what we're talking about here every single time, and they're so simple too. And so I think I've kind of noticed that on the last one too. And that's what I want to show people how to do, is like take that script and say, okay, you have a sales letter already. Here's how to take that script and turn it into an actual sales letter.
You write that sales video first. It's going to make it so much easier. And what we do for our copy is we'll plan out we'll talk about what the sales video is gonna be. Brett will go out and he'll create it, and then we'll actually give that sales video to the copywriter. And that makes it so easy for the copywriter to go out there and actually put it together, because they're like, okay, now I know, like, they know what we want. They know how we want the copy to sound. They know the hook and everything that we're trying to use, and it makes it so that we don't have to sit down and write the whole copy, but we have our copywriter do it for us, but they have the instructions to do it, and it makes it so that the copy matches the video.
Yeah, and you guys, like I said, you guys always do a good job on the hook, I think, like pulling people in, like that first part. And that's something I always notice. But yeah, so that's one of the bonuses there. And then the last bonus is PowerPoint animation tricks. So this is another training that I usually sell by itself, but I'm going to give them that for free. It basically shows them a few tricks that a lot of people don't know you can do in PowerPoint to add fancy animations to your videos. So if you are someone who wants to have those fancy animations, this training is going to show you how to do that with PowerPoint, which most PCs have it. If you're on a Mac, then it's pretty similar with Keynote. Obviously it's different, but you can do similar things in Keynote as well.
Okay, so that's the front end offer.
Yep.
Ton of bonuses there that you're going to get for that. And if you guys check out underneath, I'm going to have a bunch of bonuses for you as well there. Bring us through. You've got a few OTOs here that are going to be optional for people to pick up. Go ahead and bring us through those.
Sure. So whenever I come up with OTOs, I always think, what's the next product this person's going to have, and how can not product? What's the next problem this person's going to face now that they have my product, and how can I help them with those additional problems? So I figure, once they have Vidifire, they're creating awesome sales videos. What's the next problem they're going to face? Well, maybe they need to get traffic and eyeballs onto those videos, and maybe they need to figure out how to use those videos to actually generate sales. So I have this other product that I released. It's called Rapid Video Funnels, and it usually has a bunch of upsells that go with it that cost extra, but I've taken all the upsells, all the upgrades, put them into one offer at a pretty big discount. So this gives them my like 25 of my video powered marketing funnel templates that they can basically take these videos with and start learning how to actually, this is how I use this in a real business to actually generate income. So I've got funnels in there from affiliate marketing, product launches, YouTube, coaching, webinars, you name it. So that's going to show you how to basically take the videos and get traffic and turn it into sales. And the next problem is that a lot of people struggle with is staying focused, motivated, not really sure what to do in their business. Yeah, they have this product, they know how to make awesome videos, but some people may be lacking, direction. So I have this thing I call the Inner Circle. I've been running for 2 years. It's basically I hold a webinar every Monday, and I just show people what I'm doing in my business. They're unscripted. I show the good and the bad, and take people behind the scenes in my business, show them what's working for me right now. So that's one of the optional upgrades there that they can pick up if they're interested in that type of thing. The next thing is all about affiliate marketing. As we talked about, one of the easiest ways to start generating revenue online is with affiliate marketing. So I wanted to show them how I do that, and that's OTO number 3. We're calling it Vidifire. So I take them behind the scenes of a couple of promotions I've done and show them kind of the structure behind my affiliate promotions. And the final upgrade, we decided to switch this one out because it's more relevant. This is, I don't know if you've heard of my instant video templates products, but they're like my PowerPoint video templates. I've done 5 releases of those over the years, which, by the way, I sold using this framework. The sales videos are made with this framework. But we took all those 5 releases that I think they're around $97 a piece, and we put them into this offer, basically a bundle package for I think around $47. So someone who's going through this system and they want to some done for you templates so they can start creating the visuals of their videos really quick, really easily, they may be interested in that bundle package. I think it gives them around like 80 different templates, video templates.
Cool. Peter, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Is there anything else, anything that we missed, anything you wanted to mention before we wrap it up?
I think we covered everything, but I think I would, if someone watching this, the final thing I'd like to leave them with is, don't give up. I mean, your videos may look terrible in the beginning. You may get made fun of. You may not make any sales the first time. Just keep at it and, follow a proven formula, whether it's this one or someone else's. Just follow a proven framework. Don't try to wing it on your videos. Follow a proven framework and stick with it, and you'll figure it out, and you'll start getting those results that you want.
Again, thank you so much for coming on the show, and best of luck with your launch.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
I hope you enjoyed the interview today with Peter. If you are interested in picking up Vidifire at its lowest price, you're going to want to come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, March 30th. You're going to be able to get it at its early bird discounted price along with my special bonuses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.